Now, breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
Breaking right news at 8 o'clock. A Johnston County home destroyed by a fire this morning. What we know about the response and the damage to another home.
And a bit warmer for your Friday, and more sunshine throughout the day, but some brief showers possible this weekend. I'll let you know when to expect that rain chance. It will break down those temperatures into your Labor Day. That's coming up.
And hitting the road, we're going to give you a live look now on I-40 West, the best and worst times to be traveling as you celebrate the unofficial end of summer. How did we get here so fast?
I do not know.
My
September
goodness.
is literally days away. It's
Flew
crazy.
Right by. Flew right by. So glad you're with us this morning here in the 8 o'clock hour on Fox 50. I'm Ken Smith.
And I'm Michelle McConaughey. Yeah, another nice start. I feel like a broken record. We've been saying that all week because it truly has been so nice. Meteorologist Grant Skinner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. Not a cloud in the sky in Chapel Hill.
No, it's felt super comfortable the past few mornings and still gorgeous out there in Chapel Hill. Blue skies, not seeing any cloud cover. We had some clouds last night, but those moved to the south and east away from our area, and it's going to stay really quiet throughout the day. We're going to have tons of sunshine. Enjoy some time outdoors. It's really comfortable still right now. This is a good time to go and do that morning walk. You can have us on WRL News Plus if you want to continue watching us. 63 in Raleigh this morning. Roxborough at 55 degrees. Clinton at 62. Goldsboro starting today at 61 degrees. And we're watching a front to the north and west. This will slowly work its way to the south and east. You can see the cloud cover and the showers offshore now. But that front is going to bring us some cooler air. And we'll have a chance for some brief showers this weekend. I'll break down that shower chance, when to expect that. We'll talk about those temperatures for Labor Day coming up in just a bit. Ken.
8:01, Grant, here's your window on your morning commute. Let's take you out and show you a look at I-40 and Wade Avenue. These are the westbound lanes moving away from us. And really and truly, all the lanes flowing nicely in all directions. In terms of other routes connected to I-40, if you're coming in from Garner, Johnston County, no delays whatsoever. That southern loop of the Beltline, you need to pick up just a bit, but you're just looking at a 4-minute delay, between Lake Wheeler Road and Gorman Street, that type thing. A couple of other major routes in terms of the ones that get usually busy this time of the morning. If you're coming in from Wake Forest and Capitol Boulevard, you're looking at a 6-minute delay. Our friends in Roseville will add about 9 minutes to your commute, so give yourself some extra time this morning. Other major routes coming into the capital city, we're just looking at a 6-minute delay if you're coming in from Nightdale, so really nothing that's going to make you late. And similarly, over in Durham, we're seeing very little to no delays. Now, I-885, things are beginning to pick up just a little bit. We've been seeing a lot of red going in and out of Durham this morning. Right now, you're looking at a 5-minute delay in and out of Durham this morning, so really nothing that's going to delay you that much. You're getting ready to head into the car. Don't leave us. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
All right, thank you, Ken. Breaking news, a home is destroyed and another is damaged after a Johnston County fire. Ali Kadlabar is in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker in the Flowers Plantation community. And Ali, this fire broke out around 2 o'clock this morning. What else do we know?
Yes, Michelle, and you can still smell that smoke. And now that the sun is up, you can really see the damage. Not much is left from this fire. We have multiple angles showing you this fire's impact. Taking you overhead from Sky 5, you can see a gaping hole where the fire spread throughout the house. Our Drone 5 video gives us a closer look. The fire left nothing untouched. It jumped from that home to a neighbor's around 2 a.m. That neighbor, Deborah Hendricks, says she woke up to seeing an orange glow.
I saw orange out my back window, and the dog started barking, and I looked out my back blind, and I saw my neighbor's deck was already on fire. And I called 911 immediately, and within seconds, her house was just engulfed.
She says it was terrifying, and you can see the damage left behind on her home right here. The vinyl warped, and she also says her AC is out. We know no one got hurt, but a cat has not been found. We're working to find out the cause of that fire. Reporting in Johnston County, Ali Kadlabar, WRAL News.
All right, we're heading to a busy weekend ahead on the roads and in the air. Here's a live look at RDU International this morning. We're also keeping an eye on the Labor Day holiday traffic. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey live on I-40 westbound. You just crossed over into Durham County. Now, Kelsey, there's some important times people need to be aware of.
Yes, Ken, there sure are. The summer travel season is coming to an end, so thousands of drivers will be hitting the road on I-40 this weekend. So we'll go ahead and give you a live look now at 40 West here, so you can see that traffic is moving smoothly as some folks may be headed out towards the mountains, but AAA is warning drivers about heavy traffic going into this weekend. Saturday is expected to be the busiest travel day. AAA says the best time to leave is between 6 and 10 in the morning. The worst time to leave is any time after that until 6 p.m. Your Labor Day weekend trip may be cheaper this year. AAA says car rentals are 3% cheaper than this same time last year.
I think that what we've seen, with the rental car market is that things have kind of, evened out. Some people have also realized that, it might be actually cheaper for me to rent a car and drive to my destination versus even flying.
Now we have a list of the top Labor Day weekend travel destinations according to AAA. All of these destinations here on the East Coast: Orlando, New York, Boston, Atlanta, and Miami. Now here's another way that your trip may be cheaper this year. AAA says that hotel rates are down 11% compared to last Labor Day weekend. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Durham.
And of course, with your road trip in mind, we're keeping track of gas prices so you can get ready for that road trip. The new numbers from AAA showing the average prices in Raleigh at around $2.94, $2.88 in Asheville, and $2.91 in the Charlotte area.
But how are things in the skies, Ken Smith? Well, we're taking a look at that right now with the Misery map here in the WRAL Live Center. Good morning. I'm Chris Lovingood. To show you what things are on this map, we're looking at about 166 delays and about 52 different cancellations there. Seeing a lot of them, obviously, in the northwest there, but also some in Dallas, so that's noteworthy. Looking at the Charlotte Douglas International Airport, we are seeing about 27 delays there, and at RDU, we're only tracking 7, so that's a good thing there. Lastly, just because I'm feeling nosy, let's see how it looks elsewhere. This is in Florida on Interstate 4. And you can see near the Orlando area, it's pretty busy out there as plenty of people are headed out for the Labor Day weekend.
All right, thank you, Chris. This morning, NC State Police responded to a large fight on campus. The WRAL breaking news tracker captured this video around 2:45 this morning. Officers were talking to a large group of people. One of them appeared to be holding an ice pack on his head. Police tell us there was a fight between 8 people near Founders Drive. We are working to find out if anyone got seriously hurt and if there were any charges.
Well, today, family and friends will honor the life of North Carolina Central University student. She was killed in a shooting this month. You saw her picture right there. A celebration of life will be held for London Powers this afternoon on campus. Powers was working on her degree in social work. She was shot and killed in a domestic violence incident at an apartment on East Knox Street on August 11th. Police say the shooter was Damian Tinsley. He took his own life. Today's service is scheduled for 1 o'clock this afternoon.
It has been a tense first week of school at Smithfield-Selma High School in Johnston County. There have been lockdowns there 2 days in a row. Johnston County Public School put the school on lockdown yesterday because of police activity nearby. 2 other nearby schools went into secure mode. Smithfield-Selma also went on lockdown Wednesday after a weapons detector spotted a student with a BB gun.
We are learning new information about these 2 children who died in that shooting in Minneapolis this week. You're looking at the pictures of 8-year-old Fletcher Merkel and 10-year-old Harper Moisky. They were killed in that shooting at Annunciation Catholic Church. Memorials are growing for the victims of this week's shooting. The University of Minnesota holding a moment of silence before its football game last night. 18 other people were hurt, including 15 children. 120 shell casings from 3 different guns were found. All 3 weapons have been recovered. Police say the shooter was 23-year-old Robin Westman. Westman was a former student at that school and acted alone. Investigators say Westman died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Today marks 20 years since Hurricane Katrina slammed into New Orleans. Katrina made landfall on August 29, 2005 as a Category 3 hurricane. Heavy downpours caused catastrophic flooding in New Orleans, and the city's levees failed. Nearly 1,400 people died during the storm and its aftermath. The government estimates the storm caused around $125 billion worth of damage. New Orleans is holding a number of remembrances to mark the anniversary. And still ahead in the hour, meteorologist Amy Wilmoth takes a closer look at Katrina's path of destruction and multiple landfalls in the Gulf.
Well, some college football fans in the Triangle are waking up very happy this morning. Of course, NC State Duke winning their first games of the season. The Wolfpack squared off with ECU last night at Carter Finley Stadium. It was a rematch of their December game in the Military Bowl, which ECU won, by the way. The Wolfpack got revenge on the Pirates last night, winning 24-17. They will prepare to host Virginia next weekend. For Duke, it was a tale of two halves in their opener. They went into the locker room at halftime tied at 10 apiece with Elon. The Blue Devils pulled away in the second half, though. They got the win 45-17. Duke will host Illinois next weekend at Wallace-Wade Stadium.
Week of high school football kicks off tonight. Be sure to tune in to Football Friday at 11:15. Our game of the week will be Providence Day at Rollsville. Plus, highlights from more games from around our area. Don't miss all the hard-hitting high school football action that's happening tonight on WRAL.
All right, we've got a lot more to share with you here in this 8 o'clock hour on Fox 50. Tariff impacts. People in the Triangle could start seeing fewer items on the store shelves after several countries paused shipments to the United States. What business owners are telling customers to expect.
And the abuse of power. That's what nearly 20 Democratic governors are calling President Trump's use of the National Guard. What he's considering next after the federal takeover in D.C.
And no complaints on this beautiful Friday morning. We've had lots of sunshine. Temperatures are super comfortable in the 50s and 60s to start this morning. We'll be warmer this afternoon, though. I'll break down how warm we'll get for your Friday and a small rain chance for the weekend. That's coming up. It's 8:14 now on this Friday morning, starting with lots of sunshine. Look at all the sun icons on here. 65 Southern Pines, Clinton at 64 degrees, Fayetteville at 66 this morning, Smithfield at 61. Very comfortable out there, drier as well. Here's Carolina Beach. You can see some extra cloud cover there. The clouds are moving south and east, but it should be a nice weekend to head to the beach for your Saturday. Temperatures in the mid-80s, closer to Topsail. Wrightsville Beach sitting in the mid-80s. Also New Bern sitting in the mid-80s there as well. Some upper 70s mixed in. And then by Sunday, temperatures in the upper 70s and low 80s. Some isolated showers and storms are possible closer to areas like Wilmington, Wrightsville Beach, Topsail. But most areas will stay dry throughout the weekend. Tracking cooler temperatures in the next week. I'll let you know how cool we'll get coming up in just a bit. Ken?
All right, and speaking of beaches, if you may be thinking of going to Topsail, Wrightsville Beach, we've got to give you a live look at I-40 and Jones Sausage Road. These are the eastbound lanes heading straight to the beach and all delay-free at this hour. Those westbound lanes, we're looking a little jammed up, but you can see they're flowing nicely into the capital city. If you're planning to head to the airport for a morning flight, we've checked all the major routes into RDU International. Just a couple of minutes delay if you're taking Highway 70, but other than that, all those major routes into the airport are delay-free.
That's some good news. All right, thanks, Ken. President Donald Trump's ongoing tariff trade war is starting to affect people here on the Triangle. Area businesses that sell international goods are feeling the effects from countries like Japan, Taiwan, and Australia. This is because these countries have simply stopped shipping goods to the U.S. Some items are more expensive. Others will not be in stock for the time being.
Our distributors tell us that they're getting the delays, which is passed on to us. So we're noticing a longer period of time without the products that we need.
And the shipment pauses are only temporary for now. Business owners are telling customers to buy items while they can because they may not be there tomorrow. Governor Josh Stein joined 18 other Democratic governors in condemning the president's plans to deploy the National Guard to major U.S. cities. In a joint statement, the governors say sending the National Guard without their consent is, quote, an alarming abuse of power. The National Guard is currently in Washington, D.C. President Trump is also considering sending troops to Chicago and New York.
3 of the former Memphis police officers convicted in the 2023 death of Tyree Nichols will be getting a new trial. Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, and Justin Smith were among 5 officers convicted on federal charges after video showed Nichols being beaten. He later died from his injuries. Now a judge says new trials are warranted over concerns of judicial bias. The initial judge, he recused himself after he suspected at least one of the officers had ties to a gang involved in the shooting of that judge's law clerk. The former officer denied those allegations.
There is a new memorial on UNC Chapel Hill's campus to remember a professor killed in a shooting there 2 years ago. This memorial and bench are right outside of Caudill Labs. That's where Professor Zijie Yan worked, and it's where he was killed on August 28, 2023. Yan was an associate professor in the Department of Applied Physical Sciences. He was also a father to 2 daughters. His colleagues remember him as kind and devoted to his students.
We both had young children, and so we talked logistics of, managing childcare.
Very quiet, but very observative, extremely smart, really good with his students. He was, an awesome colleague.
Tylee Chi is charged in Yan's death. 2 psychiatric evaluations concluded that Chi is not mentally capable of standing trial. He has an administrative hearing scheduled for mid-October in Orange County.
State DOT now sharing new information about the progress being made to rebuild I-40 near Pigeon River Gorge. There is continuous damage from the Tennessee state line to mile marker 5. Engineers with the state DOT department say they will be using retaining walls and other options to reinforce that new road. Construction is expected to last through 2028. Some Durham firefighters are taking their work home with them. Firefighters rescued a dog named Lexi and another dog from a house fire. They're now fostering Lexi until she finds a permanent home. And if you've been thinking about adopting a pet, now is the perfect time to visit your local shelter. This is the last weekend of our month-long Clear the Shelters event. Go to WRAL.com/shelters to see all of the existing adoption events going on this weekend. Wagging tails are waiting for you.
Celebrating Black culture and lots of opportunities for live music this weekend. Let's take a look at WRAL's Out and About's Weekend Best Bets. The African American Cultural Festival gets started tomorrow in downtown Raleigh. The free 2-day event will include Black-owned vendors, food, art, and a kids' corner. Both days of the festival on Fayetteville Street will run from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., and WRAL is a proud media partner.
Of course, an end of summer celebration happening at Dix Park tomorrow afternoon. The block party at the Gibson Play Plaza will include free music from more than 16 different bands. The fun gets started at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It will last until 11 tomorrow night.
And that's not the only place to get your music fix this weekend. The 2025 Raleighwood Festival is happening tomorrow. The festival being headlined by Jordan Ward and will also include vendors and games. That's happening on Old Pool Road from 1 to 11 p.m. For more weekend fun, visit WRAL.com and just search Out and About. And of course, with all these weekend plans, people want to know what the weather is going to be like. Grant, I know we do have a small chance for some showers, but it's not going to be a washout.
It's going to be a great weekend to be out and about because we're going to have tons of sunshine through much of the weekend. A brief shower chance Saturday and an even smaller one on Sunday, but most everyone stays dry and we'll see views like this many portions of the weekend, especially in a Labor Day. More sunshine by then. Pinehurst this morning looking gorgeous out there. A great morning for a quick round of golf. If you're heading out this morning, should be a nice day for it. Temperatures into the mid to upper 80s this afternoon, so warmer, but for now, temperatures really comfortable in the 60s, 63 in Raleigh, Goldsboro at 64 degrees, Fayetteville sitting at 66. Towards Southern Pines, the course is sitting in the mid 60s this morning. And towards Roxborough, sitting in the low 60s to start your day. As you're heading to the park, temperatures in the mid 80s by the afternoon, so it's going to be a warmer day than we saw yesterday, but still very comfortable. Tons of sunshine. Still not very humid, so it's going to feel comfortable out there. A front is approaching from the northwest, so it'll be a bit more humid than yesterday, but still pleasant out there. The rest of your Labor Day weekend, again, I mentioned a small rain chance, a 30% rain chance on Saturday. These are going to be some pop-up showers, hit or miss. Most of them to the south and to the east. So the triangle, a lower rain chance, the best chance closer to the sandhills and areas of the east towards the coastline. But still, even then, a 20 to 30% rain chance towards the sandhills. 84 degrees for your high on Saturday. Back to 81 degrees on Sunday after a front passes. A couple of leftover brief showers. Then by Labor Day, 80 degrees. Feeling very comfortable to start next week. Labor Day, limited rain chances and just some scattered cloud cover. So warmer for today, but then cooling again. Look at Tuesday into the upper 70s. Overnight lows dropping into the 50s likely into Tuesday morning. So feeling very comfortable then, and very similar to those comfortable feel we felt many mornings over the past week. A small rain chance by Wednesday, a higher rain chance by Thursday with our next front approaching. So a couple of fronts to work with, not only this weekend, but also the next week. So 85 degrees for your high on Saturday. Then as we head into Tuesday, Wednesday, it looks like my graphics being weird here, but hey, temperatures are going to stay comfortable through the weekend, cooler by the time we hit the middle of next week. Ken?
The graphics is feeling comfortable.
Yes, right.
Hey, let's start outside, give you a live look at I-40 and Wade Avenue this morning. Traffic picking up just a bit, but flowing nicely in all directions. In terms of other routes connected to I-40, boy, delay-free at this hour, which is unheard of on a Friday morning, right? But you'll take that, I'm sure. A couple of other local routes that are usually busy this time of the morning. You're coming in for Wake Forest Road and Capitol Boulevard, US 1, you're looking at a 4-minute delay. Our friends in Roseville, you're looking at a 5-minute delay coming in on Lewisburg Road. Boy, very little to no delays on many of those routes coming into the capital city. I know you'll take that. Over in Durham, similarly, we're not seeing any type of delays that's going to make you late this morning. Of course, you're getting ready to head out the door. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
All right, thank you, Ken. Election official resigns. A board member in Surrey County is stepping down after he was accused of putting drugs in his granddaughter's ice cream. What's next in his case? And tailgate changes. This NC State football season is the last one before major projects get underway around the stadium. We'll explain what's in store for next year.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
Good morning. Happy Friday. Time now is 8:26. I'm Michelle McConaughey. A beautiful start to our Friday, a beautiful weekend in store. Meteorologist Grant Skinner has our forecast.
Yeah, lots of sunshine from Apex this morning. Temperatures starting in the 60s right now. Some spots in the 50s this morning. By this afternoon, a bit warmer than yesterday. Highs climbing into the mid to upper 80s across the area. 86 in Raleigh, 86 for your high in Sanford. Fayetteville reaching 88 degrees this afternoon. South Hill at 84. So again, just a touch warmer, but not overly hot out there. It'll be a bit more humid as the front approaches. It'll bring the chance for some isolated showers. We'll talk more about that rain chance coming up in our next half hour. Ken.
Hey, Grant, we have a troubled spot to report in Orange County, maybe specifically Chapel Hill. This crash on Highway 15 at South Fordham Boulevard. This is near Manning Drive, not far from the UNC Chapel Hill. You can see the huge delays it's causing on South Fordham Drive. I'll keep an eye on that. Let you know if there's an alternate route that I can share with you that will be beneficial for you. But many of you living in that area already know how to get around that area. But as far as other major routes coming into the Bull City, very little to no delays that's going to make you late this morning.
All right, thank you, Ken. A fire in Johnston County damaged 2 homes this morning, one of them a total loss. The fire started at the back patio of one of the homes on the Flower Plantation community near Clayton. There were no injuries. And college football season officially underway in the Triangle. NC State beat ECU last night in a rematch of the 2024 Military Bowl. The Wolfpack beat the Pirates 24-17. Duke also won its opener against Elon 45-17. Next on Fox 50, what you need to know ahead of the Labor Day travel weekend. And coming up on Today, role model rocks the plaza.
Shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your #1 source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
We're following some breaking news right now. A fire breaking out in Johnston County. 2 homes damaged. We'll take you out to that scene and show you that damage.
And lots of sunshine to start our Friday. That will continue throughout the day today. Feeling very comfortable as well. Warmer today, but a cool down ahead. I'll let you know when to expect those cooler temperatures. That's coming up.
And the unofficial end to summer. Today, many people leaving for their Labor Day weekend trips. What you can expect on the roads before you head out of town. We'll tell you when you don't want to be on the road. Just sit in all of that traffic coming up. Thanks for joining us here on Fox 50. Happy Friday. I'm Michelle McConaughey.
And I'm Ken Smith. It is a happy Friday.
It is a
when
happy
you consider
Friday.
the forecast.
Oh my gosh.
My goodness.
Beautiful.
Let's get back to meteorologist Grant Skinner and the WRAL Severe Weather Center tracking it all for us.
Yes, beautiful start to our morning. We've had tons of sunshine, some beautiful sunrises. Temperatures are still in the 60s out there, so still a cool start. 63 in Raleigh. Goldsboro's at 64 degrees this morning. Southern Pines at 65. Roxborough's at 61 still. South Hill's at 65. So a really comfortable start. Throughout the next few hours, temperatures will gradually warm up to the low 70s by 10 a.m. We'll have just a few clouds out there, and that'll be the same story throughout the day. Tons of sunshine. Even by this evening, mostly clear skies. Feeling very, very comfortable for any of the evening plans that you have. Get out, enjoy it, take a walk, enjoy some time downtown, walking out and about across our area. It's going to be beautiful. Now, this weekend, we'll have a small chance for some brief showers. I'm going to break that down on Futurecast coming up in just a bit. Ken?
All right, Grant, happening now in the WRAL traffic center. We've got a real trouble spot brewing in Orange County, more specifically Chapel Hill. Look at this. This is Highway 15 at South Fordham Boulevard near Manning Drive. You can see the huge delays this is causing on South Fordham Road. There are a number of alternate routes there because this is really close to campus. So if you know those alternate routes, you might want to avoid South Fordham Road right now. Here's a live look at I-40 and Wade Avenue. Traffic is beginning to pick up and flowing nicely in all directions. Of course, those are the westbound lanes that are moving away from us this morning, but nothing that's going to delay you whatsoever. In terms of major routes coming into the capital city, our friends at Wake Forest, boy, you're just looking at a 4-minute delay if you're coming in on US 1 Capitol Boulevard, if you will. Knightdale residents, you've got a 1-minute delay. Over in Durham, very little to no delays going into the Bull City, which is really good news. We're seeing a little bit of a slowdown on those I-885 lanes going in and out of Durham. Right now, you're just looking at a 3-minute delay if you're going into the Bull City. You're getting ready to head out the door. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
All right, thanks, Ken. Breaking news, 2 homes are damaged after a fire in Johnston County this morning. It happened on Greenfield Lane in the Flowers Plantation community just before 2 this morning. Allie Calabar is there in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. Allie, one of those homes, a total loss. That home is essentially gone.
Yes, Michelle, the fire tore through this home behind me. You can see straight through it. We have multiple angles showing this fire's impact. So taking you overhead from Sky 5, you can see a gaping hole where the fire spread throughout the house. Our Drone 5 video gives us a closer look. The fire left nothing untouched. Northside Fire and Rescue says it jumped from that home to a neighbor's around 2 a.m. That neighbor, Deborah Hendricks, says she woke up to seeing an orange glow.
I saw my fence literally burn, just melt in front of me. And the siding was bubbling up on my house, so I knew I only had just a little while to get the dogs and get out.
And she got out safely, and you can see the vinyl here warped and the damage to the side of this home right here. We know the woman who lived inside this home, she got out safely too, along with her dog, but that cat has not been found. We're working to find out the cause of this fire. Reporting in Johnston County, Allie Calabar, WRAL News.
Well, this morning, NC State campus police responded to a large fight on campus. The WRAL Breaking News Tracker captured this video around 2:45 this morning. Officers were talking to a group of people. One of them appeared to be holding an ice pack on his head. Police tell us there was a fight between 8 people near Founders Drive. We're working to find out if anyone got seriously hurt and if there were any charges to be filed.
Newly revealed arrest warrants say the driver at fault in a head-on crash in Raleigh this week had open alcohol containers in his car. The crash happened Monday night on Falls of Neuse Road. Police say 45-year-old Juan Carlos Barea Aragon crossed the center line, hitting another car. Barea Aragon died on scene. The driver of the other car is in the hospital in critical condition.
Memorials in Minnesota are growing as we learn new information about the victims of the shooting at that Catholic school. Police are placing flowers and cards outside Annunciation Catholic Church to honor the victims, and the University of Minnesota honored them with a moment of silence before its football game against Buffalo last night. The medical examiner's office has identified the 2 children killed as 8-year-old Fletcher Merkel and 10-year-old Harper Moisky. 18 other people were hurt, including 15 children. 120 shell casings from 3 different guns have been found. All 3 weapons have been recovered. Family members to Fletcher Merkel are sharing their immense loss.
Please remember Fletcher for the person he was and not the act that ended his life. We love you, Fletcher. You'll always be with us.
Well, police say 23-year-old Robin Westman opened fire during morning mass at Annunciation Catholic Church. Westman then died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Authorities say Westman was a former student at that school who apparently acted alone. And we have information about this heartbreaking attack on WRAL.com. You can visit our website or the WRAL News app for the latest details of this investigation, including the shooter's possible motive.
Today, many plan to head out of town for the long weekend. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is on Miami Boulevard in Durham this morning. And Kelsey, Labor Day weekend travelers should expect delays as they head out of town.
Yes, Michelle, they should be anticipating some delays here. The summer travel season is coming to an end, so we'll give you a live look now, just as a preview of what your commute could look like. So we'll go ahead and turn the camera around so you can see Miami Boulevard this morning in Durham. Thousands of drivers will be hitting the road for their Labor Day weekend destinations. AAA is warning drivers about heavy traffic going into this weekend. Saturday is expected to be the busiest travel day. AAA says the best time to leave is between 6 and 10 in the morning, and the worst time to leave is any time after that until 6 p.m.
So if your travel plans allow you to leave earlier in the day, that's when you're going to have, probably the least amount of congestion, but it's going to be crowded out there. Let's face it, especially in your big metro areas, especially around tourist attractions, around airports.
Now, these are some of the top destinations for Labor Day weekend on the East Coast, according to AAA. That's Orlando, New York, Boston, Atlanta, and Miami. Your Labor Day weekend trip may be a little bit cheaper this year. AAA says that hotel rates are down 11% and car rentals are 3% cheaper than this same time last year. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Durham.
And for anyone looking to hit the road for the long weekend, here's a look at your gas prices in Raleigh. An average gallon of regular gas is $2.94. That's just slightly lower than the Wilmington average of $2.95. And for anyone heading down to Myrtle Beach, gas there will cost you $2.80 a gallon.
NC State is celebrating a big win over East Carolina University in the season opener last night. The Wolfpack held off the Pirates to get a 24-17 win at Carter Finley Stadium. Now, this starts the last year for the stadium's tailgaters before big changes come outside the stadium next season. Take a look at these renderings. These are the plans for the southeast parking lot of Raleigh's Lenovo Center. The Carolina Hurricanes plan to build 2 3-story parking structures overlooking a new tailgate area. There will also be 2 new buildings, including a concert venue. Fans say they're eager to learn what tailgating will look like in the future.
As a Wolfpack Club member, I'm looking to, to see where we have to move, right, where we have to be. But I think that we'll maintain that atmosphere. I mean, State fans, we love tailgating. We love the outdoors. We love football.
Yeah, Wolfpack and Hurricane fans, they know how to tailgate, I can tell you that. Well, the Hurricanes plan to break ground on that project as soon as the home football season ends in December. NC State will have another home game next weekend against Virginia.
And Duke also got a win in their season opener, but it was a tale of 2 halves. The Blue Devils were tied 10-10 with the Elon Phoenix at halftime. It was a different story in the second half, though. Look at this. The Blue Devils pulled away for a 45-17 victory. They'll host Illinois next weekend. And the college sports entertainment does not stop there. We are just getting started. UNC will host TCU on Monday night. We are all interested to see Bill Belichick's first game as UNC's head coach. WRAL is your home for all things Tar Heel this Labor Day. The game starts at 8 p.m.
All right, coming up, new this morning, Russia launching its most intense air assault in months. And look at the damage, the targets, and the voices inside the attack zone.
And record-breaking travel. North Carolina just hit an all-time tourism high. We'll break down where the dollars went.
Heading to break, I want to give you a live look at Chapel Hill this morning. Of course, that's Franklin and Columbia, courtesy of a WRAL live cam network. Today will be the warmest heading into this Labor Day weekend. Meteorologist Grant Skinner explaining our early fall preview.
Coming up on 8:44 on this Friday morning, lots of sunshine to start the day. We had some clouds last night, but those slowly worked their way out of the area. Super comfortable to start. This is the view from our WRAL Garner Tower camera. It'll stay nice all the way through today. Tons of sunshine. It's 63 in Roxborough, 67 in South Hill. Then starting at 68 degrees, Fayetteville at 66 this morning, Smithfield at 64. Towards the mountains this weekend, temperatures in the 70s and 80s. Scattered cloud cover, maybe some isolated showers and storms to the south for your Saturday. A better chance for scattered showers and storms by Sunday across the region. Temperatures a bit cooler into the upper 60s for more spots, low 80s closer to Bryson City. Again, we're leaving that rain chance for your Sunday, but lower rain chances and cooler temperatures to start next week. Ken?
All right, Grant, all morning long, every half hour, we've been keeping you updated on some of those travel times to some destinations like our southern beaches, Topsail, Wrightsville Beach. Here's a live look at I-40 and Jones Sausage Road. Those are the eastbound lanes moving away from us to take you right to the beach, delay-free. Now, some of you probably getting ready for a morning flight at RD International. We checked all the major routes into RD International. We're seeing a little bit of a slowdown on I-40 westbound, probably just around Aviation Parkway, but I think you still get to the airport on time for your flight out to wherever you're headed.
All right, thank you, Ken. This morning, we expect to learn more about what led a state elections official to be arrested for child abuse and drug possession. He resigned from his position after accusations he put drugs in his granddaughter's ice cream. James Yoakley was chairman of the Surrey County Elections Board. In his resignation letter, James Yoakley said the allegations against him are false. He said he is confident he will be exonerated. Wilmington police say Yoakley took his granddaughters to Dairy Queen earlier this month. He later said their ice cream had hard objects in it. Police say the objects were pills that tested positive for the synthetic drug ecstasy and cocaine. Wilmington police are holding a news conference about his arrest at 10 o'clock this morning. And the recently fired CDC director has just been replaced, at least for now. Jim O'Neill is the second in command at the Department of Health and Human Services and will step into the role. The Trump administration fired Susan Monterez. Her lawyer says that she, quote, refused to rubber stamp unscientific, reckless directives. The White House responded saying Monterez was not aligned with the president's agenda. 4 other top CDC officials have quit in protest. They say they do not want to be complicit with the weaponization of public health.
New this morning, Russia launching the second biggest air assault of this Ukraine war. We know at least 23 people are dead and an EU building damaged. Ukrainian forces say Russia fired almost 600 drones and more than 30 ballistic and cruise missiles. A man in Kyiv describes the destruction.
I looked up. The roof was gone, and the floors from the 4th to the 1st were completely destroyed. As of now, my wife hasn't been found.
Well, this comes after increased pressure from President Trump for a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine.
Today marks 20 years since Hurricane Katrina slammed into New Orleans. Heavy downpours caused catastrophic flooding in New Orleans, and the city's levees failed. WRAL's Amy Wilmoth gives us a closer look at this devastating storm's path.
20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, one of the most impactful hurricanes to make landfall in the United States. So we thought we'd take a look back at the track that Hurricane Katrina took. And it first made landfall. It actually made 3 landfalls. It first made landfall in South Florida, close to Miami, as a Category 1 hurricane back on August 25th. And then what it did was it moved into the Gulf of Mexico, very warm waters. It stalled in the Gulf of Mexico for days, eventually becoming a Category 5 hurricane. And then it made its second landfall on August 29th as a Category 3 hurricane just south of New Orleans. It made its third landfall just north of New Orleans later that day. And what we remember from this storm is the amount of rain and the incredible storm surge, but also the breach of so many levees. Multiple levees were breached in and around the Louisiana area, and that's what caused all that water to flood into numerous cities and bring all that damage that we saw from Hurricane Katrina. So Florida had impacts, over $500 million in damage, 14 deaths reported. Louisiana definitely felt the brunt of this storm. At one point in time, it had winds at 170 miles per hour. But look at this, the storm surge in parts of Louisiana over 27 feet. Over 1,300 people died from Hurricane Katrina. Now, the government did do some things to help to prevent this from happening again. You can learn more about that. Go to WRAL.com and search Ask the Meteorologist.
Well, North Carolina saw record tourism numbers last year. The State Department of Commerce saying visitors contributed a record $36.7 billion to the state's economy in 2024. Spending increased in 71 of 100 counties. Wake County ranked second in visitor spending with $3.5 billion. That's up 7.8% from 2023.
Ever find money in a kitchen drawer or under a couch cushion in your home? Well, the state treasurer says he found $170 million extra dollars in North Carolina's accounts. Brad Briner says a detailed review uncovered the money that's been sitting idle for years. He says there are legal limits about how the money can be used. That includes refunding debt, funding capital projects approved by the General Assembly, and in some cases, to pay for projects approved by voters.
Wake Tech graduates will soon be able to attend William Peace University at a reduced rate. The school signed a new transfer agreement yesterday. Peace Pathways begins this fall. It guarantees admission into William Peace and a big price break for Wake Tech graduates. The admission fee is waived, by the way.
And Johnston Community College now has 2 new ambulances donated by the county's EMS. They're no longer suitable for daily use. The school plans to use them for training and demonstrations as part of its emergency medical sciences program. Johnston County EMS bought 2 ambulances to replace the ones that it donated.
Streaming services are coming together to create more bundle deals. Peacock will be bundled into Amazon Prime as a new add-on. Amazon also offers HBO Max, Paramount Plus, and Apple TV as add-ons as well. Peacock has 41 million subscribers. It has largely stayed away from bundling in the past.
The South Carolina Aquarium celebrating their first ever public sea turtle release. A crowd lined up along Folly Beach Wednesday to see 5 sea turtles go back to their home in the ocean. The turtles had spent months at the aquarium's care facility recovering from injuries. Each of them had been accidentally hooked by fishermen, and they were nursed right back to health.
It's cool. So fun. It was cute and it was really fun to watch.
They're cute too. Oh my goodness. The South Carolina Aquarium says they're still tending to 5 more patients in their sea turtle care center.
That just warms your heart, doesn't it? And speaking of warming your heart, this weather is definitely warming everyone's heart for this Labor Day weekend, Grant.
Yeah, so warmer for our Friday. Actually, going to be warmer out there, so feeling a little bit warmer and actually feeling warmer outside. Now, by the time we're at the end of the weekend, temperatures will be a bit cooler at around 80 degrees. So we'll have another cooling trend to end the weekend. But for now, warmer today. And we're watching a front to the south, also a cold front moving from northwest to southeast. That's going to bring some cooler air by the end of the weekend and to start next week. Also a small shower chance, that best chance on Saturday. But most places stay dry throughout the day. Let's break this down on Futurecast. This is 8 a.m., still mostly clear. By the afternoon, some scattered cloud cover. The best chance for those isolated showers and brief storms in our southern and southeastern spots. The best chance towards the coastline, but again, down towards the sandhills, some brief showers can't be ruled out. 4, 5, 6 p.m., a similar rain chance, just isolated showers. Rain chance between 20 and 30% through much of the weekend. Scatter cloud cover will continue into your Sunday as well. But I think Sunday will have a lower chance for rain, and we'll just leave it mainly scatter cloud cover through the rest of the day. You can see mostly dry through around lunchtime on Sunday. So for Labor Day weekend, a small rain chance Saturday at 30%, even lower for Sunday. Most everyone staying dry into the back half of the weekend. Then look at Labor Day, Monday, 80 degrees, cooler day, but still warm out there, just cooler relatively out there, especially compared to today. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s today, back to around 80 by Monday, and staying cooler as we head into next week. WRAL Gardens camera out there seeing lots of sunshine this morning. More sunshine after some scattered cloud cover last night. Feeling very comfortable out there. 63 in Raleigh, 65 in Southern Pines, 64 Rocky Mount, 63 in Roxborough this morning, cooler to the north, and staying cooler throughout the day. Mid 80s there, so a bit cooler than our spots to the south, but still warm out there. 86 in Raleigh, 88 in Fayetteville, 86 in Goldsboro by this afternoon. So it's going to be another warm day. Temperatures by this evening for the Bulls game, upper 70s by 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 75 degrees. Isolated showers and storms as we head into our Wednesday and Thursday next week. Cooling off, though, into the start of next week.
Grant, thanks. Boy, that looks great. We'll take it. Before we head to break, here's a look at your winning lottery numbers. We'll get another check of weather and traffic right after the break.